Yo, y'all know life in the pen. Um hashtag prison talk. Remember when I was telling y'all we was doing a gang segment and I had, you know what I'm saying, a bro that was gonna get on and express his experiences, everything he went through, you know what I'm saying? And I was gonna ask some questions for him because, like I said, during my time, you know what I mean, I was just basically from Buffalo, so I never was affiliated. So I would rather have y'all hear somebody else's experiences. And you know what I mean? We walk down the road. Yo, bro, introduce yourself.
Man, my name is Dirty Weather 916. I got a YouTube channel that's popping, big popping. I was on Big Hurt, Fresh Out. I was on Divorce Court. I was on Steve Wilco, as well as a whole bunch of other interviews. All you gotta do is look me up, Dirty Weather 916.
Yo, tell the people where you from, how much time you done did.
I'm from Sacramento, California. Del Paso Ice Bloods. I did 17 years and then turned around and went and did 22 more months for defending myself.
So all together you done did like what? Like that's like about 18, 19 years, right?
A little under 20.
A
A
little
little
under
under
20. God
Yep.
damn. And you did 17 years over there in a Cali prison. So I know. Yeah, I mean you done seen some shit that happened, and you homie. So I know you done had some situations.
Yep. Look, I didn't
Yo,
be locked. I mean, as far as just being locked up in general, I didn't been locked up in like Florida. I didn't been locked up in Missouri. I've been locked up in South Dakota. I've been locked up in Oregon. I've been detained in Texas. So I've been locked up a lot of different places, but Cali is where I did all my pen time.
so like being far as I know, like upstate when dudes come to jail and they gang banging, and if they blood, they more likely like in the state in the New York State prisons, they rep the hood they from. Like if they rep a certain set, that's the set that they stick with. I mean, most of the time they don't be all united. How's it in the California prison? Like when you blood, do y'all stick to y'all own set or y'all all come together?
We all come together for sure. But if you can, a lot of times we break into our own set. Like Sacramento Bloods, we all won, but we might be Del Paso Heights Bloods. We might be like 4 or 5 of us. We all know each other, so we all kick it with each other, but we still in the Sac area. And then the LA Bloods, because all the Bloods is from top of California to the bottom. And the LA Bloods, they normally have their own little area, and we go over there to their area. We kick it with them, but everybody from Sacramento is not a Blood.
Oh, okay. All right. So
So
what
that
I about to say, so when you come in and I mean you homie, do you initiate? Do you automatically say where you from and what you repping and I mean who you be?
hell yeah, that's automatic. Like if I come into the thing, the first African I'm gonna see, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm a Blood. Where the homies at? Or I'm gonna say where the Sacramento Bloods at. I'm gonna just ask. But a lot of times it depends. Like if you come while there's yard, like in Folsom, they'll bring you to your building while the yard is in progress, and you walking across the yard. So the homie's able to see you. If you somebody, the homie gonna be like, oh nigga, that's Dirt Blood. What's happening? Where you at? Where you going? You got TV? You got radio? You got food? What you got? You straight? What's up? Because a lot of times if you come from another pen, then you gonna already have your own shit. But if you coming from like reception or something, oh, you ain't got shit. You ain't got shit but a bag of food. A bag of food and some books and some papers. So the motherfucker gotta check on you, make sure. Cause like my homies, no matter what pen I go to, once they hear I'm there, they gonna be sending care packages and looking out. No matter or finding out if I'm good. But a lot of times because they know that I'm gonna be good eventually, so they try to get in early. You know, that go. But still, we all as far as Bloods, we all together.
So far as being affiliated in the gang situation, you know what I'm saying when you came in prison, you when you did the 17, how old was you?
I got locked up at 17, and then I turned 18. I was still 18 when I hit my first level 4 yard.
So basically you just before you even went to prison, you've been blood your whole life.
My whole life, as long as I can remember. My hood, Del Paso Heights Bloods, is predominantly Bloods. And like I said in my live cast, there's one Crip street in my hood that are Crips in Del Paso Heights. And it was always spunky with that one street. But other than that, my hood is all Bloods.
So everything you do is by a code, by law. Your way of thinking is basically your blood, right?
So here's where the differences go. In New York, right? I hear that they got like a certain way they do stuff. They got like a constitution. Like out here in the West, we ain't got no constitution like that. The only time you got a constitution where you got to sign your name and take an oath and all that, only time you got that is if you about to go under paperwork or something like that. Out here, you getting jumped in, and that's it. Once you get jumped in, you from that hood. That's it. You ain't got to
Point blank.
take no oath.
Oh, point blank. Period. Once you get jumped in, that's forever.
Once you get jumped in, that's it. And once you get jumped in, the only way out, most time is you get jumped in, you get jumped out, or you lay down your flag. And when you lay down your flag, that's like a dishonorable discharge. That's like
Like a
bowing out.
it's like a dishonorable discharge. Nigga
Yeah.
don't get no pension or none of that with that. He don't even get his
Hell
military.
no. Man, and we all feel it. Like I remember one time the homie Snake, he ain't the homie no more, but the nigga Snake, this motherfucker really like went S and Y, but he came out to the homies and was like, he's like, blood, I laid out my flag. That was like, damn, did you hear that? We went inside, we went into the building, we was like, hey, we was like tapping on the homie door, hey, the homie didn't lay his flag down. Wow. That's like the unthinkable. We couldn't picture that. That was like, nobody does that.
That's like a
But,
nigga leaving. That's like a nigga leaving about to retire, but he quit before he could get that motherfucking pension.
man, that's the coward way out. At least check out. Check in, check out. You got whooped in, you get whooped out. That's the right way. If you want to be, and that happens too. Niggas say, I want to quit banging. I'm done banging. Man, what I gotta do? And then they already know. It's already rules in progress, and that's not just from the pen. That's on the streets too. That's because a lot of the gang banging culture in prison is influenced by LA. Like LA. That's a lot of the culture because that's where gangs come from.
Yo, so let me ask you this: if you got status in prison, do that whole status in the street, or is it two different things out there?
I'll tell you like this. Before I went to prison, I had a name because I lived everywhere and I was always locked up and I was hella bad. But I never felt like I was like popular. I never felt like I was known like that. Like I don't know, maybe I was, but I didn't see myself like that. I see myself as somebody that was just a regular person, a regular badass kid. That's what I saw myself. But then I went to the pen and I learned about real respect. And when I learned about real respect, I learned how to get real respect. And I set about doing that. And I came home. So you see what you see.
So, all right, tell me, like, yo, give me a story from your first experience as a kid coming in and you realizing, like, oh shit, this gang shit in prison is totally serious. Like, that had you just like, wow.
So I told this story before, but I ain't told it in a long time. But it was the first time I really had to make a knife. And that was because the homie was out on the yard shooting dice. The LA Bloods and then the Sacramento homies. We Bloods too, right? So Tiny Loco from Inglewood Films, he actually came on the bus with me. So me and him we thought we was cool. But I thought we was all blood, so I thought we was all cool, right?
Right.
So Tiny Loco gets to hitting the dice game. He hitting all the Crips. He hitting all the Crips and the OGs. So I was just watching. I asked the homie, let me get a pack of humps. Like humps is camels. Let me get a pack of humps. He give me the humps. I get in the dice game, right? I get to striking. Bam, bam. I'm backdooring fours and every. Oh yeah, out there y'all shoot 4, 5, 6, huh?
Yeah, we shoot seasons. Yeah, we shoot. That's what I'm about to say. You sit there. I'm like, oh, you shooting straight craps. Y'all really
Yeah,
get.
yeah. That's how we do it out here, man. We out, man. 3 dice. That's too many dice, man. That's too many dice. Too many numbers, man.
nigga,
Give me 2
nigga out
bad
here,
dice. Man.
nigga.
Give me
Y'all
2.
gotta you shoot that number back to back.
Man, give me my 2 dice and let me shoot my shit. Yeah, man. So I'm back doing fours. I'm hitting all my points. I'm throwing licks, right? It got to be where it was like at first it was like, ooh, ooh, every time I hit my point because I wasn't falling off. It was ooh, man. Then it got to being sad all of a sudden because you just see this nigga going in his bag, and his bag, everything this nigga won, he kicking out his bag. Let me explain. When I'm talking about what we shooting dice for, we're shooting dice for items. So we're shooting dice for cigarettes, soaps, toothpaste, deodorant,
Yo,
CDs, if that
yo,
motherfucker
yo,
slapping. Uh,
oh shit, yo, y'all got CDs out there?
yeah, see, I remember we had
Yeah,
tapes at this time.
yeah,
On my mama. At this time, we had tapes. We had cassette tapes. On my
yo,
mama.
we just stopped getting tapes. They gave us these tablets. We just stopped getting tapes. We had tapes, nigga, last year. Like,
Damn. Damn.
yeah,
Shit.
nigga, they wouldn't
I
give us
remember
CD.
the first CD player I seen was in like 2001. I had a CD player with no CDs for hella months till my security level dropped. Then when my security level dropped, I was already ready with my little CD disc Walkman, but they already was way past the little old ass one I
Yo,
had. They was on boom boxes.
yo, dirty, you know when a nigga be winning, he be seeing him licking, he be licking, putting all them items in the bag. He be having his face right here. Look, he be hitting them. This how his face be talking mad shit. Yeah, yeah. Soon as the nigga start losing, that nigga got to get them sausages up and them noodles and shit. Nigga got this face right here.
That's why I said. That's why I said it got sad. So once he got to tripping and shit, the homies was like, Dirt, man, look, this the last one. He was like, blood, y'all just gonna let this nigga y'all just gonna let this little nigga just walk off with my money like that? They was like, they said this nigga won your money fair and square, blood. Why is you getting all huffy? He was like, cause nigga, blood, this nigga got all my money, blood, all my money. I was like, look, I'll give you action at this much back, right? I put about like $10 on the table. And the homies was already like, blood, don't even do that. I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep it solid, man. I'm gonna give him action at this right here. That nigga could borrow some money from somebody on the side, came back and lost that too. So I put all my shit in the bag. But the homies got to going back and forth with the LA Bloods. So we going around the table and shit, niggas are squaring off, all behind Dirt because young ass 18-year-old Dirt want to shoot dice. And all of a sudden started winning. So now when I go back in the cell, my celly like, you about to learn how to make a knife. This nigga get making knives. He made it burst. He took he took a plastic cup, bust the plastic cup down, rolled that motherfucker, made a turd, but got a metal piece, bust that motherfucker off, kept looking out the door, going back, sharpening this shit, looking out the door. I'm sitting on the top bunk like, what the fuck did I just start? Like, god damn, this motherfucker, these niggas is fighting. The homies in the other building, they caught the fade as soon as they went in the building. The homie G caught the fade with the
Now,
LA nigga.
hold on. Explain what the fade is. I'm pretty sure they know what's a fade out there. What is that? What is a fade?
Fade is a one-on-one fight, like a fight between two men. That's a fade. Me versus you, one-on-one. We fading for whatever reason. Them niggas is in the back fading, or them niggas is out front fading, or them niggas hopped out the car and got to fading each other.
Okay.
That's a. So anyhow, see where I was at. Where I was at. Oh,
The
the
home.
funny when I
All
left
right.
it when we had left the table from that yard when we left. They had already designated that Bisco and G was about to fight in the other building. And then in our building, we not knowing what's going on because we don't know. All we knowing is them niggas is going in the other building and them niggas is turned up right now. So that's why my celly had and the video where I said emotional ass celly, that
Yeah.
video, this is emotional ass Sally. This is the first time emotional
But
ass Sally.
hey, yo, listen, I was watching that video, but he did like, yo, he put you on to some shit when he told you, you know what I mean, hold the hammer in your cheeks. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
gotta learn it. You gotta learn
yeah,
it. To do, so he
yeah.
taught you some shit. He was emotional, but he taught you. So you had to keep the hammer in, you gotta keep the hammer in your cheeks.
True story. Cause who knows what way it could have went. And that set me on the path of what we was talking about, where how to earn real respect. That's what set me on that path. And just unfortunately he couldn't follow his own teachings. But anyhow, from that, when he got to making the knives, when Yard released that afternoon, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. I was fucked up. Like I was literally trying to figure out, like, how did I get here? I've only been in prison like a month and a half. Like I got 18 years,
Not,
and it started like this.
not to kill each other.
Man, I got a knife between my cheeks and it's falling. Man, I got my clutchers ain't working because I'm nervous. Man, look. So what ended up happening is because the homies caught the fade in the other building, I won that money fair and square. But they was looking at me like the homies protected me. And in a sense, they did because they knew I didn't understand like what all just happened. They knew Dirt Young Ass just wanted to shoot dice and win some money because he liked to shoot dice on the streets, and that's what we did. So that's all. But it turned into something else because I started winning. So in a sense, like I didn't talk shit to nobody. I just threw some dice. But I learned from then that you have to take into account everybody before you get involved in the situation. That's what I learned from that.
Okay. So in situations like that, I also want you to explain y'all jails is like in New York State, right? It don't matter if you white, black, Spanish, Asian, like you gonna chill with whoever you gonna chill with, you gonna ride for whoever you ride with. You might see a white boy who fuck with a black boy, a nigga hired, and yo, that nigga go out for that white boy just like that white boy gonna go out for him, or that Asian or whatever, like, or that Spanish or you know what I'm saying, Latino nigga, they gonna fuck with each other. You might catch Latino, black, white, and Asian together and they ride. That's who it is, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? The segregation fire ass, we don't have no real. Hold on, wait for my son to come back. He'll be back in a second. Gotta wait for him to pop back. Yeah. All right. We don't have no real segregation. So is was the jails you was in, was they segregated?
Yeah, it's always segregated in California. Always. Like I couldn't even picture them combinations of people rocking with each other that you named. That just is unthinkable. An Asian, a white, and a black together. Nah, man. But you do have like you might have an occasional Asian that's with that's part of a gang and he fucks with the blacks, but that's a rare occasion. Or you might have a white boy that fucks with the blacks, but that's a rare occasion. That's like 1 in 200 type odds. So you wouldn't just see just freely that white boy and that black boy and that Asian. You fuck with them, all three of them is riding on you. You're not
Have
gonna
you
see nothing like that.
that white let me ask you a question though. That white boy who say if he homie, you ever seen no white you ever seen white boys that's been homie?
Yeah, I got white boys that's bloods from my hood.
Is that nigga dangerous?
Dangerous as any nigga because he up against it because you gotta be like that growing up in the black neighborhood. You gotta you and be a blood because it was man the other white boys was trying to holler at the white bloods in California at one time. It was green light, so you have to be with all the smoke. You have to be with all the functions.
So I'm gonna ask you, since everything is segregated, have you ever been in a situation where you see white boys jumping on a nigga and you just had to go, like no hesitation, or Latinos, y'all beefing with the Latinos?
Man, look, look all these on my channels, man. This is I forget what this one is called. White Boy Gang Members, I think it's called, on my channel, Dirty Weather 916. But I was talking about, man, I was going to breakfast. I was going to breakfast and looked up and seen it was going down. All I seen was blacks and whites. So automatically I run to the situation and I get on the first white boy I see. Bam, I'm on him. And a person popped up next to me. And it's the same, it's one of my homies that I've known from the streets since junior high, who I was with the other day. Since junior high, but we in the pen together. And he on the side feeding this white boy with me in the corner. He got it, he did it moving. They sprayed me with the pepper spray in the corner and then out the corner. Man, I was super soaked. Super soaked. You know, and Folsom, they got like a walk of shame when you walk out of one building and they walk you to the program office after your incident. They got the walk of shame. So when they didn't know what the homies was telling me from the outside, it was like we didn't know what was going on in one building. All we knew was it was going down because we was getting on because it was a white boy Kumi. Like you heard of BGF?
Nah, what's that?
Okay, well in California they have BGF, the Black Gorilla Family, but you
Oh,
also
okay.
have Kumi.
Yeah, all right, yeah, that's a fact. No, yeah.
All right,
Heard of
you got Kumi, which is 10, which is 415. 415 used to be a prison gang. Added up, 415, that's 10. Kumi is 10 in Swahili. So that's like the they like mirror each other almost. But he was a white boy Kumi, which is a black, predominantly black. And the skinheads wasn't having that. The skinheads wasn't having that at
Now,
all. So because it was Greek.
in the prisons, like the state prisons, we don't got that. Like we got like the white boys. That's where I'm at, where I've been at. I've been on maxes and mediums all over. They fake with it, but they fuck with niggas higher. Like nigga might have white pride on him, but he be cooking with black people. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. If a white boy get caught eating a black boy food, they're gonna stab him. They're gonna stab him.
the white
If
boys
white man, if they let a white boy find out that a white boy skinhead find out he was eating some black people food, they gonna stab him. No
so that
questions
nigga,
asked.
so that nigga gonna die for that fried chicken. He gonna
He
die.
gonna die. He gonna die for that fried chicken. I'm telling you.
All that,
That's
all that,
like,
all that, all that seasoning. He dead.
man, look, that is a cardinal sin. Thou shalt not eat if that black man is foodeth. I'm telling you it.
So all right, so the white boy was Kumi. The skinheads got on it. What happened?
So I'm gonna tell you some fucked up shit, and that's just how life goes. Man, they took hell of us to the hole. Hell of us to the hole. All the blacks and whites. Why they let everybody out the hole the next day? And me and the white boy that I got on is the only motherfuckers that got write-ups in that whole right. The whole right. I didn't even know how that it started. I just got in the motherfucker and then looked up and was getting pepper sprayed after doing my Dougie. And I'm the only one, I'm the only black get a write up. And it was like 30 motherfuckers involved. I was mad at motherfucker. When I came out though, the Kumi cats was looking out for me. They would shoot me like sticks and shit. Cause you know in California we got sticks. You got caps. Caps is like your little $10 joint, and you try to make two sticks out your little $10 cap, right?
Yeah.
So the Bay Area dudes, they was sending me like little sticks and shit, like good looking out, Brody, and all that. But for the most part, that's casualties of war. Like that, like them was I'm from Sac. Them niggas was from the Bay Area, but still, and it was with a white boy. I ain't got nothing to do with. I don't know this white boy. I didn't even know him. I didn't even know he was in the building, let alone that he was walking the chow at that time. I was just straggling. I should have went with my tier earlier, but I was just straggling, put my boots on. I was trying to be the last motherfucker out off the tier into the chow hall, and that's what happened. I got caught up. Straggling.
Yo, what about like the Latino gangs, like y'all got MS-13 out there, all of them, like the Kings and the
Now we
Mexican.
ain't got no kings out there. Like a king, Latin king out there would probably be like a novelty act. Like now, let me rephrase that. I'm not gonna say novelty act, but they don't exist like in California pens. Like if somebody say, "Oh, that dude right there is a Latin king," I'd be like, "Oh, okay." Like, but does he got people? There's not a Latin king car out there. There's
Oh, so ain't no whip out there. So what about
it
the
ain't
So what would they be? Would they be y'all got three bowls out there?
No.
What about let me see what else they
MS
got.
MS-13s are MA. So therefore you wouldn't know which ones are which. You wouldn't even know. Like they would like with them stuff just happens. Like you don't know who they are. Just stuff happens.
So but that's the biggest the Mexican, that's the biggest gang for the Latinos out there.
The 13s, the Sureño 13s, that's the biggest game period for
Oh, that's
Mexicans.
and how y'all feel when you ever had to go against them?
Uh yeah, actually I have. I told
What
that on one of the stories too on my channel where I was attacked by the Southsiders and had to fight for my life. Like
Yo,
literally,
one thing you ever notice about them motherfuckers, right? A lot of them, I don't know about there. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with my Latinos, it's all love. But you Mexican niggas know y'all got some big ass fucking heads. And you could be punching them niggas in their head and they won't go down for shit. You hit a Mexican in their motherfucking head, that shit just be like a pinata. That shit ain't even busting. Like it's got super glue to it.
hey, I'm about to give you a good story. I'm about to tell it on my. I'm about to turn it into a story. I'm just giving you a heads up for your subscribers because you just brought back a good ass memory. But check this out, right? So I'm in the county jail in Sacramento County, right? We got two TVs. We got one TV with hella, it's a big ass couch, like a big ass couch in an L shape. Then we got the little TV over in a corner, and it's like one little bitty ass couch, right? So whoever controls the TV is whoever gets out there first in the day room. And what happens is when the doors come around, they click, 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 click. So some of them Pisces, we call them Pisces, they was in the first door. So they shoot out the door and get the big TV and they put it on the Spanish channel, right? Man, this pod is majority blacks and whites. So how you gonna take the big TV and put this motherfucker on Spanish channel? Ain't nobody speaking Spanish up in this thing. So they stretched out. They stretched out on the couches. Look, like this. Stretched out on the couches while
Hey,
we
yo,
huddled up. We huddled up on this other little ass TV over here, standing room only in this bitch.
y'all mad as hell.
Mad as a motherfucker. So so the homie started pacing around like, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. We need the motherfucking TV. They need to be over here watching this little TV. Fuck this shit. So finally, he gets to calling one. He called one out. He called one out. The motherfucker, his name was Chaos too. Matter of fact, different Chaos. But Chaos was like, nigga, come to the blinds. The Python was like, no, you do too much talking. He said, no, come to the blinds. Come
No,
to
what
the
he tell?
blinds.
What he
He
tell
said,
him?
I know talkie. You talkie, right? So, man, the Python came to the blinds. Man, that nigga Chaos opened up with a beautiful set. I'm talking about bing, 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 bing. Blenders at first. Man, that motherfucking Python ate all of them. Like, all of
Yo,
them. Like,
yo, bro, listen,
all
them motherfuckers can't fight, but they could take an ass whooping out, and they will stab the. One thing I give them though, they stab the shit out you. They get knives and razors come out of nowhere with them niggas. It's like they birth with them
and
shits.
you want to hear the end of this.
All right, let's go.
The motherfucking Chaos, after he opened up with his set, the Paisa literally was like, okay, my turn. And got on Chaos shit. We was looking at each other like, what do we do? What do we do? He beating the homie up. What the fuck? The homie tried to defend our honor for the TV. But he getting beat up right now.
Beat up over the TV.
Oh man, we have to go. We have to look at each other like nobody speaks a word of this. like nobody, man. Like this didn't happen. But we have to run over there and pull the Paisa off the homie because the other Paisas that was around, they was standing around like, let it happen. Let it happen. But we like, nah, man, the homie in the county jail, you do not press the button. Don't press the button and get the police. You just don't do that, man. I'm telling you, you
Gotta
don't
take the ass
press.
whooping. That's a fact. Take
Bad,
the ass
bad things happen on the other side of pressing that button. Like people that press the button and the police then just came in their cell and whooped their ass for no reason, just for pressing that button. This motherfucking Chaos, after that ass whooping that Paisa put on him, he had to press the button. That nigga was sitting at the table by the door like this, with his head in his hand. We was like, Chaos, you all right? He was like, no, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I was like, damn, them Pisces is a force. So look. So the homie was in the cell, right? When the other Pisces, he come around, right? He panning down. Panning down is when like they open your door, your tray, you take it, walk it down, and you dump it and turn it in, right? But the Pisces walked by the homie's cell and looked in the cell and told him he was pretty. He looked in the cell and said, "You pretty." The homie Tom was like, "Blood, this nigga just told me I was pretty. Fuck that, I'm beating this motherfucker."
Wait. Hold on. You told him he was what?
He told him he was pretty. Like
and
the Pisces.
How the homie say it? What he said?
He said, "Blood, this nigga just told me I'm pretty. I'm beating this nigga's ass." But really, Tom been wanting to beat somebody up for a minute, right? Because he wanted them tall, lanky dude with them long ass arms. So he been wanting to try his things out anyway. So the Pisces
was get a nigga from a mile away.
Right. But the Pisces was looking like an easy target, I guess. So the Pisces was like, same thing that the other Pisces did. Tone said, "Have your bitch ass out here. Have your bitch ass out here. I'm about to beat you up." The Pisces said, "I'm not doing no talking. I'm not doing no talking." Man, look, them doors open. Man, that Pisces came at him and he was ducking blows and everything. Man, but
man,
then
hold on. You said the Pisces was out there salsaing on him, man.
He was ducking under shit, right? But then Tone hit him. Tone hit him though. Tone hit him with a bing, bing, ding, 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 ding. I'm talking about a wake your game up, right? And that still didn't stop. The Pisces kept coming, right? Luckily, the police came in because like they heard some scuffling, but he was able to dip back in his cell, right? But when it was over, he said, "Dirt, blood. I was hitting that nigga with RU-Kins and everything, and he would not go down. He would not go down." He said, "Look at my knuckles." And he had like an extra like set of knuckles from hitting that motherfucker in his head. He ate that shit.
Motherfucker. Yo, when it came to something serious with him though, like, yo, fires gun to gun, knife to knife. Have you ever had to go knife to knife with a nigga because of your because you blood? Have you ever had to go gun to gun, knife to knife with a nigga over that?
Yes, I have had to go knife to knife with other. I went knife to knife with other bloods. I went knife to knife with Southsiders. But like the thing about it is, whenever you have to get into it with another blood, that's not like necessarily like a happy thing to talk about. But I got into it with other Crips where it went knife to knife too. But the thing about it is, when you doing knife to knife, that shit don't happen. It's either I'm coming to stab your ass or you coming to stab my ass. But it ain't like knife to knife where we meet in the middle of the yard. You got yours, I got mine. Nah, it's like if that nigga gotta go, I'm finna go get him. And that's just it.
So nigga, like they got like in a state. Like I explained this before in one of my stories. I did this shit one time, and that's because I was on some young nigga shit, like some stupid shit. Nigga was like, "Yo, go get your gun." I didn't even know what a gun was when he told me that shit. I didn't know he was talking about a knife. I thought he was talking about a real gun. All I kept saying in my head is, how the fuck this nigga get bullets? I don't know how niggas got. I don't think this nigga got bullets in jail. How you make that happen? I'm like, damn. So that's the only
time.
Huh?
See that video on my channel?
Nah, which one?
One where nigga had the gun in jail and robbed the dice game.
The nigga had a real gun in jail?
Yeah, and robbed the dice game.
In jail?
In jail. Real bullets. Real bullets. Popped the clip out and jacked it off. Real bullets. In jail. Real good.
You seen this?
It's on my channel.
You gotta tell that story because then you be the first. Yo, this is the first. I'm like, a nigga get a gun in jail. He's the man.
I don't even have to tell you. All I gotta do is say, go look on my channel, and you see the inmate with a gun in jail. Look at it.
Yo, that's crazy. See y'all. So a nigga do have a see. I ain't, man. Me personally, man, nigga, man, that's some crazy shit. I think a nigga having a sword is crazy. So, but listen, when we see like,
so what you do is when you post this, you can go to my channel and you can download that video from my channel and put it with that. Put it with this.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. Once again, my son YouTube page, Dirty Weather 916. Yo, listen, the gun to gun situation though. So we have a habit of saying that, and we just like nigga like go get your gun. We let a nigga go get his gun, and niggas go, which older nigga put me on like yo that's stupid as hell. This ain't the 1800s. Where you know what I mean where you slap a nigga with a white glove and tell him challenge. No, you as soon
Yeah.
as you get that nigga, you get him up out of there.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm like this. I've been fortunate. Like if I had a problem with somebody, like I try to get that shit out the way in the beginning. So like before it grows and then other people get involved, like if you have the opportunity to kill that problem by being a bigger man, man, look, that's always been me. Cause violence is never good. Drama is never good. It's too many things to be happy for in the world.
Let me ask you this though. You ever see anybody get killed in jail, in prison?
Yep. I seen suicides. I seen people get killed. I seen when we talking about Pisces is really like one of the first literal hand-to-hand murders that I seen. And that Pisces he had like a screwdriver or something on his wrist where when he make a fist, the thing come out like that. But it was further out. And he was fighting with the motherfucker as he was fighting with him. He was punching it. Bam! Every time he hit him with a punch, he was stabbing him. So eventually that motherfucker died right there on the basketball court in front of me and my cousin. And you know what's funny about prison? Is prison desensitizes you because this dude just got killed in front of us, and we worried about our canteen though, because we was trying to get our canteen so we can because just in case it's gonna be a lockdown or something. But yeah, all the while this motherfucker just got killed right in front of us though.
And you know it's crazy. You absolutely right that prison do desensitize you in many ways. Because same thing would be in situations I done seen. It's like I remember when I first came to prison, I used to be like, "Oh shit, that shit crazy," like nigga. And then as time went on, it's like I could see a nigga get shot, get stabbed, and I'd be like, "Yo, who got next on the phone? Let me get the phone." You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Or
exactly.
or shit like that. And then I sit back in the middle when I start getting older, I start realizing what was happening to my mental being and realizing that yo, this shit ain't normal to see all this shit happening and then lay my head at night and then act like it was nothing. Just I'm just ready for the next day. Yard working out. Like a nigga had
Yeah.
died. A nigga had died and a nigga like, damn, that nigga dead. And then it's like everything was just normal. It was nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? It's
Man,
not even
I remember one time, right? The Frost from A Trade Gangster, when that nigga killed himself, that nigga spent the night, like the night before, chopping it up with me and my cousin, because I was in the cell with my blood cousin. And the neighbors from Bakersfield chopping it up with us, brought us up, gave me hella shit. We didn't even know this nigga was about to kill himself. So that morning, like I could see down from my cell down to his, down in the corner, and like he had a sheet up. So he was like, "Open your door, boom, boom, boom. Open your door." He wouldn't know, like he like take your sheet down. I mean, because if the sheet is up, they ain't trying to open your door. They want you to pull the sheet down so they can see in your cell, right? So they boom, 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 take the sheet down. Boom, boom, take the sheet down. When they took the sheet down, bam, they seen him, his head was in the stool, right? Like he hit himself with the needle, like he tried to kill himself. Bam. So like I guess the first one didn't hit him. So the second time he did it, bam, I guess that's when he fell forward. Bam. Hit his head on the stool, right? When he hit his head on the stool, he was gonna bleed out anyway. But that's how he died. That's how they found him with his head in the stool. Right. So when they brought him out the cell, we like, damn, Frosty was just up with us last night. What the fuck? When they brought him out the cell, we knew it was real when like the coroners and started coming with the yellow tape. But there's always a situation. There's always something that you always remember. That you always remember about situations like that. And that was when they brought, and the whole building is bonded by this situation right here. When they brought Frosty out the cell, right on the gurney, on the gurney. You know when they pop, you know how you ever seen in the movies where they pop the gurney up like it's down low, they put the body on the gurney,
oh
that motherfucker pop
that
up,
bitch
bam,
hydraulics. Yeah, they gave it
right,
lift that bitch
right.
up.
That motherfucker popped up and Frost's arm said like this, bam. Frost's arm popped up from when they popped the hydraulics up, bam. Frost's arm popped up, man. The whole building said, "Ooh." Like it was like a wave went through the building, like because everybody didn't want to admit that shit scared the shit out of them. Like you hear the movie,
When Frost Iron popped up, the homies was like, "Oh, hold on, blood, this nigga's still alive." This nigga, this
man,
nigga,
look, that was too much. That was too much. That was too much. That nigga arm popped up. But what it was, he had been dead for a long time. So rigor mortis and shit was like, that shit was, the nerves and all that, that shit was kind of, I guess, said, I don't know. But the way they broke it down to me was like, that was normal. That wasn't no normal shit, though.
yo, listen, before we get up out of here, you know what I'm saying, because I appreciate you coming on doing this. Tell us the people, as far as, you know, being a gang member in prison, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, how that's affected you. How does that affected your bid, or shaped your bid, and did it shape it for the better or the?
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Because of my bonds that I formed with Bloods in prison, I still have a family that operates out here. Like Teddy B, that was he from a different opposite hood, but we was bonded by blood up in there. We was bonded by experiences. So a lot of my comrades that was in there, my comrades is out here, and we still tight. Like I could see a comrade I ain't seen in 10 years, and it's gonna be all love because of the bonds that was built on that side of the wall of homies that then came home and they was solid on that side when you up against it. When you can be solid when you up against it, and it's easy to be solid where you're not up against it, right? And out here on the streets, you're not up against it unless you out here making enemies. If you ain't out here making enemies, then you ain't up against it. So if you were solid in there, it's gonna be easy for you to be solid out there. I mean, solid out here.
That's a 50. Tell me one thing though. I need something memorable for the people. Give me a story or a situation that's that happened with you throughout them 17 years that was just like, this shit, I can't make this shit up, man. I can't make this up. Like I need to hear something that's just you something where they say, yo, he had to make that up.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all about I'm gonna tell you about let's see. I'm gonna tell you about Potty Watch. Potty Watch. And I'm gonna make this one memorable too. Because one day you're gonna be famous. Y'all gonna you gonna be famous, I tell you. So check me out though. Like I'm gonna just hit you with the shock value off top. You ever envisioned eating your own dookie?
Nah, hell nah. No way possible.
No way possible, right? So I remember one time when I was in that young 18, 19, 20-year-old mind, I remember somebody was trying to bring something in, some balloons, right? And they said, from what I heard, is that they threw them up and then they ate them again. Like somehow they threw the balloons up and chewed them up, and then that got rid of the evidence, right? So I always had that in my mind, like, damn, I would never do that. Like, wow. So next to you know, like this is years later, and I'm out in the visiting room trying to do something, right? So when I do it, I noticed it was too late in the day. I didn't have a jacket on. I was slipping all the way around. When I grabbed I grabbed a bundle and like broad, like open. I just felt the cameras all taking pictures.
Nah. Hold on real quick. Y'all visiting room. Y'all, is it open? Y'all allowed to touch and everything with y'all visitors?
We're allowed to touch.
Okay,
We
now
definitely touch. So it felt like when I grabbed the bundle from my partner, it seemed like like all the cameras just took a picture. So when I grab it, right, the move is when it's over, we about to crowd into the crowd, right? When it's over, and then bam, you take your jump shot, right? So what happened is as soon as I took my jump shot, bam, I hit. When the goon squad is like the police of the police out there. Like
we
they
got
invest COs.
yeah, they
So
whoop
what happened?
ass.
Right. So what happened is they come cuff me up immediately in front of the visitors and everything. Like, we got your ass. I'm like, damn, it don't end like this. My folks gonna get life. I'm gonna get struck out. I'm like, it don't end like this. Fuck that shit. So first I had to pee on myself. I peed on myself. I walked hella laps because when they put you on potty watch, they put you in two pair of boxers, one frontwards, tape it, tape the bottom, and they give you another pair backwards, and they tape that motherfucker at the waist and tape the bottom. Then they give you a jumpsuit. They tape the ankles, they tape the knees, they tape the waist, they tape your arms, and then they give you another jumpsuit backwards, and they tape that too. And then they give you a belt, some waist chains, so you can't get to you can't get to your mouth. Then they give you ankle chains. So basically, I'm in this room. I'm walking laps trying to figure out how I'm gonna beat this potty watch. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna beat it, right? And you know what's cool? Because this is part two, the Dirty Houdini, how I beat potty watch, right? But I took the video down. So this actually could be featured in Dirty Houdini too. So anyhow, so after the potty watch is 1-to-1. So one police is watching me to make sure I don't shit, I don't try nothing slick to get to this bundle that they know is inside of me, right? So what happened is that night when it got dark, it was a loudmouth police, and I was thinking, if I got clothes on, I got thread. So I grabbed the seam of my other jumpsuit and pulled it. Bing, thread, right? So I'm like, oh, so I get to pluck it. Bloop, 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 bloop. Next thing you know, I got a hole. I could touch my nuts. I'm like, oh, if I could touch my nuts, I could touch up under my nuts. I'm like, oh, so if I could touch up under my nuts, then I can get to the bundle. I'm like, oh, I got him, right? Here's the thing. If they smell weed, if they smell shit, they coming in there and they spraying your ass because they know you trying to do something. You trying to get to this bundle. They trying to strike you out. So, man, look, man, I made that hole big enough. The first thing that came out my bung was shit. I had to eat it, bro. I had to eat it. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Look, look, look. If they smell the shit, right, they coming in there. That's life sentence. That's 3 strikes. It's over. So
Yo,
I did.
listen,
Look,
listen, 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 nigga. With life on the line, my life on the line, nigga. I'm gonna eat me some doodle too. I'm swallowed. But yo, when you was eating that shit, what was
I
you saying?
turned my I turned my brain off. I turned my brain off.
This nigga, yo. What you just stuffed it in there? You just like fuck it.
I went straight to work. Bam! Just one swift motion. Boom! Bam! So then the next thing came out was the bundle, right? A whole ounce of shit coated weed, right? A whole ounce with plastic on it and everything. I don't know how I did it. I don't know. But I got the bundle in my mouth and started chewing and shredding. So I was chewing on one side, shredding the plastic, and then swallowing it. Chewing and shredding and swallowing it. When I was done, I was like, yes! 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 Hey, I told the police, right? They want you to shit. Their thing is give us 3 shits or 3 days, right?
It's the
I was
same.
like, I was like, I got a shit. They was like, you got a shit now? For real, you do? I'm like, yeah, I got a shit. So what happened is I was like, man, I can't hold it no more. I can't hold it. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. So because the sergeant has to come when they gotta take all this tape. They gotta cut you up, unlock the locks. They gotta strip you down to your boxers just to take a shit, right? But the thing was, they took too long, so that explains the soiled drawers where the shit came out. Well, I got shit on me. I shit on myself. Y'all took too long. Give me
How,
some new clothes, bitch.
how did you explain the shit on your breath though?
Man, looky here. Man, my breath smelled like 100K. 100K. Shit. You can't tell me nothing. Hey, everybody about to smell this shit. What you mean? All the police that come up, man, look, get a bar of this. look, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. They offer you coffee and lunches, extra shit, because they want you to shit. So you can give them the contraband, give them this weed, so they can proceed to striking your ass out. For me, it was the opposite. I was like, run that shit. I'm hella hungry, dumbass hungry. Run that shit.
Yo, listen, my nigga, I tell you right from the heart, bro. Yo, that's amazing. You did that. Nigga, life was on the line. He had to make it. Like, listen, I'd have been just like this. I'd have been eating that shit. Nigga, that shit would have been motherfucking the best shit I ever ate.
Man,
That should have been like when Krispy Kreme came to town. When that red light come on, nigga, crush to get them donuts. I'd have ate that hot fudge brownie.
on everything. Hey, but that was really like changed me as an individual because when they caught me, there was no way out. I was caught dead bang. I didn't even know anybody that had beat potty wash. I didn't even know anybody that had did that. But all I know is when it was said and done, I tapped into a higher power and was like, show me the way.
Hey, yo, hey, you know what's crazy about this? And I try to tell these little niggas anything like that, shit like that. Don't put yourself in situations where you got to go like, we made our mistakes. We did what we did. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And we had to walk that road. Nigga had the situation you had to go through, you know what I'm saying? But that's a situation where you would tell nigga like, do you really want to take the chance for yourself to sit in the cell and get caught? You know you might get 3 straight. You're going to get 3 straight. You get caught this drugs and you got to sit there and eat your shit. And yeah, I feel accomplished because I done beat him and I couldn't let it, and I didn't let him give me the L. But nigga, do you really want to take the chance to do this? And listen, they listening to this shit right now, and they ain't really even processing it. That damn nigga, this man just had to eat his shit to beat a life charge. Like that shit is real, man. That's real, literally. That's real shit.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I thank you, bro. Thank you for coming on doing the interview, bro. You know what I mean, kicking it with me, explaining your affiliation and everything. Anything you want to say before we out of here?
Yeah, check me out. That's Dirty Weather 916. Dirty Weather 916. Hit me up for apparel. Hit me up. I go live all the time. Check out my stories on YouTube. On Facebook is Kurt Him, CURTHIM. On Instagram is Dirty Weather. On Snapchat is Dirty Weather. On Twitter is Dirty Weather. Get at me, any type of business. My email is Curty, CURT 92679. So Curty 92679 at Gmail for any business inquiries or anything like that. Other than that, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me. And I look forward to your future success, my brother.
Man, yours too, man. I appreciate you reaching out to me, bro, putting me on, you know what I'm saying? And, noticing that nigga trying to make it past the cell. They don't understand why. Some of you don't understand why we do this. And I say, I do it. I start off doing this just so I can remind myself and never forget about prison. Because, once you start forgetting about that shit, you do things to put yourself back in there. And that's done happened to me. So this helps me as much as it helping me in other ways too. And you've been putting me up on game. So I definitely appreciate that, brother. So future success to you. Good looking. And just appreciate you. You mean life in the pen, #prison talk. Man, we here. Good looking, Brody.
All the time.